An empire without a sultan, power does not disappear, it fragments. 4. Princes claim inheritance, for armies begin to move. The thunderbolt is gone. The storm he summoned has passed. What remains is silence. The year is 1402. The Battle of Ankara is over. Bayezid is captured. Timur withdraws eastward. He does not occupy. He dismantles. Anatolian beyliks are restored. Ottoman authority fractures overnight. No execution, no coronation, no clarity. Bayezid's sons scatter. Suleiman establishes control in Rumelia, the European territories. Isa seizes Bursa. Mehmed consolidates in Amasya. Musa disappears into uncertainty. There is no doctrine for this moment, no succession plan. The Ottoman system was designed for decisive transition, not fragmentation. For the first time since its founding, the state exists without a center, and the neighbors notice. Byzantium reclaims ground. Serbian and Balkan lords renegotiate loyalties. Venice recalculates trade routes. The empire does not collapse. It trembles. Isa moves first. He declares legitimacy in Bursa. But legitimacy requires recognition. Mehmed marches west. The first clash between brothers is swift. Isa is defeated. He flees. He is hunted. He is eliminated. There is no reconciliation. The war narrows. Two fronts remain. Suleiman in Europe, Mehmed in Anatolia. Suleiman seeks diplomacy. He signs treaties with Byzantium. He cedes territory to secure peace. He lowers taxes. He projects stability. But stability looks like weakness. In Rumelia, dissatisfaction spreads. Musa enters Rumelia, released, repositioned, redirected. He crosses into Europe with support from Mehmed. The strategy is clear. Destabilize Suleiman. Divide his base. Force internal collapse. Civil war intensifies. Sieges. Defections. Rapid reversals. Suleiman is eventually cornered. He attempts escape. He fails. Musa ascends in Europe. Now only two brothers remain. Musa rules with severity. He distrusts alliances. He punishes hesitation. He pressures Byzantium aggressively. He lifts concessions granted by Suleiman. His rule is not conciliatory. It is corrective. But brutality isolates him. Balkan lords grow. Uneasy, Byzantium reopens communication with Mehmed. Even former supporters reconsider. In Anatolia, Mehmed consolidates patiently. He does not rush. He restores taxation systems. He reasserts authority over fracturing provinces. He waits for Musa to overextend. The Danube frontier destabilizes again. Rumelia begins to fracture under its own pressure. The final confrontation becomes inevitable. Mehmed crosses into Europe. Alliances solidify quietly. Serbian forces align. Byzantium cooperates strategically. Musa prepares for decisive engagement. The battlefield is chosen near Chamalu. The armies meet. This is not Nicopolis. There are no Crusader banners, no foreign intervention. Only Ottoman against Ottoman. The fighting is disciplined, measured. Relentless, Musa's forces falter. Command cohesion collapses. He retreats. He is captured. He is executed. The civil war ends. 10 years of fragmentation close in a single act. One brother remains, Mehmed. Mehmed does not celebrate extravagantly. He understands what has been lost. Treasuries depleted, provinces unstable, vassals emboldened, external powers alert. He moves methodically. First, reconciliation. Former enemies are reintegrated. Local rulers are confirmed in exchange for loyalty. Second, administration. Tax systems recalibrated. Military timers redistributed. Command hierarchy stabilized. Third, symbolism. He presents himself not as conqueror, but as restorer. The message is deliberate. The Ottoman state endures beyond any single ruler. Constantinople watches carefully. Europe recalculates again. The empire is smaller than at Bayezid's height, but it is intact and disciplined. The storm has passed. The structure remains. In Edom, a young prince studies maps. He listens to reports. He observes envoys from Byzantium. He hears stories of Ankara, of civil war, of lost opportunity. His name is Murad. He learns one lesson clearly. Division invites disaster. Unity demands strength. Outside the palace walls, the machinery of state hums again. Janissaries drill. Caravans move. Shipyards reopen. The empire survived not because it was unbreakable, but because it rebuilt. And from its recovery would rise a generation determined never to fracture again.